Unbelievable developments in the world of precious metals, the silver price, the gold price. Guys, the party is not over, and we are just beginning. We are likely in the second or third inning of a 9-inning baseball game. We're going to talk about all the reasons why in this video. We have a lot to be excited about as we together head through the coming months, quarters, and years. And since we are together, thank you for choosing to be here in the basement. Thanks for joining us. We got a great community of people that love precious metals. We have people joining us from the crypto world. We are having a lot of fun, and there's a lot to look forward to. Please subscribe to the channel, give the video a thumbs up, and share it. Leave a comment in the comment section below. Even if you don't agree with me, and many of you don't, that's okay. You should read some of the comments that we get. But let's talk about the big breaking news this morning. Suddenly, the economy is in tatters. The jobs report came out, and it was way below expectations. But there's something absolutely shocking about this, and we're going to talk about that briefly right now. Let's go out to CNBC, our good friends at CNBC. The United States added just hold on here. We got some technical issues. Okay, the U.S. added just 73,000 jobs in July. I hope you guys can see me or see the screen and hear me in July. And numbers for prior months were revised much lower. Okay, so not only, job growth. Here, let's highlight this for us. Job growth totaled 73,000 for the month, above the June total, but below even the meager Dow Jones estimate for a gain of 100,000. So fewer jobs were created. But what is absolutely crazy is the second part here. June and May totals were revised sharply lower, down by a combined 258,000 jobs from the previously announced levels. Are they kidding us? I mean, seriously. Really? Their numbers for May and June were off by over 250,000 jobs. We aren't going to talk about this much longer, but I will say this. Did all those people that had make-believe jobs back in June and May, 250,000? That's, think about, I live in St. Louis. I'll think of Busch Stadium, the base where the baseball Cardinals play. I think it seats about 50,000 people. That's 5 Busch stadiums full of people that had make-believe jobs in May and June. I'm wondering, did they get to cash their make-believe paychecks? Well, anyhow, that has sent the price of gold and silver flying. Let's go back out to CNBC and let's get an update here on where the metals are right now. Looks like the stock market's getting clobbered. Gold, here we go. Wow, gold up $50 per ounce. Silver up 25 cents per ounce, almost 0.75%. Even copper coming back to life. And we're going to talk about copper here in a second and why that impacted the silver price. But we don't have to worry. Stop worrying about the silver price. I know the last week or so has not been a lot of fun for silver investors. We were ready for silver to break through that $40 level. It is going to happen, okay? Let's remember a couple things, and we'll get into that in a few seconds. I got a couple of factors that we need to keep in mind, reasons why the silver price is still in outstanding shape, and we know gold is doing well also. But let's first start by taking a look at the chart. And here we are at Yahoo Finance. We're looking at the silver futures chart, which we will update here. We were pushing up against $37. Yeah, we still are. $36.96 in silver. This is the September contract. And let's do a quick review here, guys. If we go out and look at the 6-month chart of silver, as you can see, we're still in a definite uptrend. Let's look at the 1-year chart. All right, now, let's remember a couple key things on this chart. Okay, number one, we broke through this level, the $35 level on silver, which had been kind of a resistance point for quite some time. We then broke through, hold on here. We didn't break through that. That's charting in Ron's basement. We also broke through this level right at 37. Okay, now what's critical today, but not Well, not super critical. What's super critical is the big long red line, that we stay above that in the futures, above 35. What is critical today is this level right here, kind of where we are right now. And silver showing strength. We're getting this news that the economy's slowing. We're getting, there's so much we got to talk about. All right, so let's go back here. Okay, so many reasons why we're in good shape. I'm just going to read through them quickly. Let's remember this. Okay, reason number one: we are in the summer welcome to the summer doldrums. I know we're having a great time in the basement. Don't forget, subscribe to the channel. We still have that special deal going. It's free, but we're in the summer doldrums. Everything goes down. Viewership on YouTube videos, prices of gold and silver. In the face of the summer doldrums, the silver price is still in the futures market there, pushing on $37. It has been a good summer. It's like silver went out for a jog and there was a 10-mile-per-hour wind coming in its face and still set a record pace. So let's remember that. We looked at the chart. That's number two, okay? Plus, we know that the silver price has been suppressed and manipulated, right, for decades, and they're still trying to do it. We know the big banks have near record short positions. We're going to see probably today with the most recent cut report where that stands, but they want the price of silver to go down. And if all they can do is get it to $37, even if they get it down to $35, what we are building is a massive base. More and more people, the new people who are buying silver today, the new people who may buy silver, if indeed it does go down to $35, warning, right, are going to be strong holders. And as we make that march to $40 per ounce and then break through 40 and then make the march to 50, everybody is going to be in the money. Okay. The big reason why silver got clobbered, what was that? I guess on Wednesday, was when Trump announced this tariff news about copper. The copper market had its worst day, I think, in history, they're saying, right? And look, silver is a bipolar metal. Silver definitely has its monetary component, which I tend to focus on a little more. Silver also has its industrial component. So when the price of copper gets clobbered at a rate that is historic, right? Of course, that's going to pull silver down, but the long-term outlook for silver remains great. The other big laugh, and I wrote these notes yesterday, that the U.S. economy suddenly was doing great, right? We got these new GDP numbers that came out. Guys, look, when you peel back the onion, when you look under the hood of the United States economy, it's not doing so great. The only thing they're going to be able to do, and this will support the price of gold and silver as we move forward, is print money. What did we hear today? Right? We'll quickly review. The economy added much fewer jobs than were anticipated. Oh, and by the way, 250, 250,000, 5 Major League Baseball stadiums full of people during the last 2 months. Those were make-believe imaginary jobs. Trump is not going to be a president that's going to shy away from money printing. We got more to talk about that as well. But if you believe, and look, I'm not a financial advisor, do your own due diligence. Don't make any financial decisions based on what I'm saying. But if you believe, like I do, it's okay. It's a free country. I can still sit down here and join you and me together and talk about my love for silver. If you love silver, if you think that it has a bright future, please consider supporting channel sponsor. Can you see it on there? This is a 5-ounce bar from First Mint. There's their sign right there, First Mint. First Mint is owned by First Majestic Silver, Keith Neumeyer's juggernaut silver mining company. They mine massive amounts of silver in Mexico. They then ship part of that silver to their mint, First Mint in Las Vegas, Nevada, where it is magically transformed into world-class silver bullion products. They have bars, they have rounds, a Chinese dragon round, they have their buffalo round, they have a Las Vegas round. All of these are unique to First Mint, and they are special products. Another special thing about First Mint makes them very unique is their silver is from the mine to the mint to you. If you want the freshest silver in town, you know you can get that at First Mint, but more importantly, That silver, when you hold a 5 ounce or a round from First Mint in your hand, here, I think I've got the Las Vegas Mint. Yeah, I do. Here, look at this. This is their Las Vegas round. They just came out. That when you hold this in your hand, you can also rest assured that our good friends at the COMEX and the LBMA never had their dirty fingers on this. The only fingers on this have been mine, right? It's their silver. We're keeping silver off the COMEX and the LBMA. You can learn more about them at firstmint.com. They got great service. It's a company you can trust. Keith Neumeyer. Free shipping over $199. And there's a discount code, VIPRB. Check them out. I think you'll like what you get from First Mint. Yeah, everything. Trump, let's not forget. Another thing we have coming, Trump equals volatility. Trump equals drama. Guys, we are going to have a lot of volatility in the coming years. We know the world is changing like never before. We talk about China. We talk about India. We talk about the rise of the Eastern countries, which coincidentally, they love their silver. They love their gold as well. We are not heading into a period of tranquility where the price, silver and gold, people love the safe haven status of the precious metals. Just think, I want you to imagine the next 3.5 years. Do you see like a lot of smooth sailing, or do you see volatility? Do you see, you can probably work a calculator like I can. And when we look at the U.S. debt clock and we have a debt bomb in this country, do you see the U.S. dollar becoming more valuable? The president himself, here, I've got it. Let me pull this up. The president himself has said that he wants a weak dollar. Here it is. All right, let's pull this up. This comes from our friend Chris Marcus at Arcadia Economics. And Trump, strong dollar sounds good, but a weak dollar makes you a hell of a lot more money. And there's a big reason why, as precious metals investors, we want to protect ourselves from a weak dollar. But let's just see what he said here. This was from Reuters. Trump, a strong dollar sounds good, but you make a hell of a lot more money with a weaker one. All right. Donald Trump said on Friday he liked a strong dollar, but you make a hell of a lot more money with a weaker one. Sorry, I repeated that. So when we have a strong dollar, one thing happens. It sounds good, but you don't do any tourism. You don't sell any tractors. You can't sell trucks. You can't sell anything, Trump said at the White House before leaving on a trip to Scotland. Well, guess what, Donald? You forgot one key thing, right? With a strong dollar, you can't pay back your debt either. The only chance that the United States has of just maintaining this debt load, but it's also growing, is by diluting the dollar, by making the dollar weaker and weaker. But the big key here that we need to remember is we all make the mistake, right? We all like to value our silver and our gold, right? Price it in US dollars. Really, we want to think about it in terms of ounces. But if we're going to measure, right, the price of gold and silver in dollars as the dollar continues to get weaker, as our very own president told us is a good thing, the price of silver and gold in dollars will only continue to go higher and higher and higher. Okay. The other thing I want to mention, this is such a big deal, in particular for the silver price right now. Guys, this is real. There is muted. There is low. There is, I can't think of any other fancy word, other way to say it. There is weak. There is pathetic demand from the West, from the retail investment community for silver. If I remember correctly, I heard Chris Marcus was doing a great interview with Lobo Tigre the other day. He mentioned the fact that, like in some previous years, retail Western investment demand for silver was one of the highest demand categories for silver. And now it is absolutely pathetic. I, for fun, right here, I don't keep much silver at the house, but I do have this 10-ounce bar. And for fun, I called my local coin shop, because I will be honest with you, I have never in my life sold an ounce of silver. And we're talking about over 20 years. But I thought, I'm going to call. So here, I made some notes, and I'll tell you what they offered me. This is how pathetic it is right now. At the time, the spot price was $37.10, a little over $37 per ounce. They offered me $357 for a 10-ounce bar. That's less than $36 per ounce. That's going to change, okay? But the good news here's the good news, right? The demand for physical silver on the retail side is so weak that if you go to sell it back, they're giving you less than spot. Okay, now that will change. And I want to give you the silver lining in that situation. And the silver lining is simply this, okay, that when the smallest increase in Western demand, the good thing is, even if we just go back to average demand from the Western retail silver investor, it will create a big, major impact within the overall silver market. It could be, right? I'm not trying to start anything here. Don't put words in my mouth, but it could be the catalyst that could start a silver squeeze. And if silver demand from the Western retail investor were to go above average, we can only imagine what could happen to the silver price. Look, we know the big reasons why we love our silver, right? And why we love our gold. And by the way, while I'm on that subject, I also want to say thank you, channel sponsor First Mining Gold. I'm only able to be down here connecting with you because of the generous support from our sponsors. First Mining Gold is a Canadian gold development company. They have massive amounts of gold in the ground in Canada. Decades and tens of millions of dollars, probably over hundreds of millions of dollars, have been spent drilling and defining two big projects in Canada: Springpole in Ontario and Duparquet in Quebec. There aren't a lot of big development stage projects in the gold mining sector in Canada. And these big gold miners who are making record profits are going to need to refill their pipelines. Again, I'm not a financial advisor. Don't make any financial decisions based on what I say, but it's a stock that I've owned for years and years. And I think that when the market for gold mining stocks and for the developers, and in particular companies like First Mining Gold, heats up, there could be a potential for great capital appreciation. All right, guys, it's been fun being with you down here in the basement. I know, right? It's never going to be a straight ride up. Anything in life worth doing that's a big accomplishment, including, right, being able to reap some big rewards from our investments in silver, gold, and the mining stocks, are gonna have some bumps in the road. We know the long-term perspective remains so bright. I mean, look at what's going on in Washington. Look at what's going on with the fiscal situation in our country. Look at what's going on. What do you think about the monetary situation? Look at the turmoil between Trump and Jerome Pal. Let me show you something. All right. I know I'm not allowed to open this box, but we got to let him out every once in a while. This guy and Donald Trump are not getting along. You saw the video from last week, Thursday, when I dropped him. Hold on. Make sure he's okay in there. He is. That's his toilet paper. That's what the Fed does, right? They print money. But you saw the video Thursday of last week when Donald Trump went to the Fed. I mean, it was the most awkward 2-minute interaction between two people. It doesn't get more awkward. Fed and Trump and Jerome Powell were standing at the Fed, and it was just like, let's just say it wasn't good. If you haven't seen it, I'd highly recommend you check it out. That's on the monetary side of things. On the fiscal side of things, we're up a creek without a paddle in this country. $37 trillion in debt. Are you kidding me? Right? At 4%, 5% interest rate, we are in a debt spiral in this country. Absolutely. While at the same time, when we think about gold and silver, look at what India is doing. India is one of the fastest growing economies in the world, 1.4 billion people. Look at what China is doing. 1.4 billion people. They are sucking all the gold and silver from the West. Where do you think, if I would, and I'm not going to, don't worry, I don't want to disrupt the market, but if I'd sold this 10-ounce bar back to my local coin shop, I got a feeling it had been on a fast boat over to China. They're sucking up all the world's metals. We are fine. Actually, we're better than fine. We are in unbelievable good shape as we move into, we aren't just thinking about weeks, months, quarters, years. I'm talking about the next decade. I think that the position that anyone who's protected themselves with gold and silver, that they've put themselves in a very, very, very safe and lucrative position. I don't know. Maybe I'm wrong. All right. I'm the guy that 3 years ago was saying I thought gold would get to $2,500, and I had a big giant teddy bear in my basement that was blindfolded, but that worked out. I want to say thank you, speaking of the bear, to my channel sponsor, Ledger. Ledger is the cryptocurrency hardware wallet security leader, and our friends at MoonPay. They are the fintech leader. It's a company you're going to hear a lot about in the coming decade. They are innovating and growing like crazy. Most importantly, I want to say thank you to you for joining me here. Guys, we are the Basement Dwellers. We know what the next, let's think about the next decade. Imagine 10 years from now, right? We'll be together. We'll be down here. How do you think we'll be looking back at the previous 10 years? From a precious metals perspective, I think we're going to be looking back with a big, big, big smile on our face. But most importantly, right, we'll know that we got to spend a lot of time together down here in the basement. I appreciate you. Susie appreciates you. Oh, wait, before I forget, I got one more thing. Guys, don't forget, okay? These are awesome. Hold on. Yep, the Dirty Man. Check out the Dirty Man safe, okay? Dirty Man. These are so cool. And if you want to, you've got a safe at your house, a safety deposit box, but you want to diversify where you store things, don't forget about these. They open here at the bottom. These are so cool. I was so impressed when I got it initially sent to me. They allow you to, this gets buried in your yard. Only you and maybe one other person get to know where it is. But it keeps valuables safe, right, from fire, flood, all types of things. And like I always want to point out about burying things, how did the pirates safeguard their treasure? And what are people doing all around the world, even today, trying to dig up and find? All right, take care. Have a great day. All right, let's go gold. Let's go silver. I'll see you next time.